Welcome back to my brick wall, where Honda did call just about 2 hours ago, and they seem to have found something that's wrong with the bike and fixed it, which is kind of good because it took 3 weeks for the bike to get there and 5 weeks while they had it. So I've been bikeless and kind of not really working for 2 months, but I am picking it up tomorrow morning. And if you're on Patreon, you're seeing this video the same day, immediately after I film it and edit it. I'm rushing it up. Everyone else will see it sometime in the next week. There's a playlist detailing everything. It's linked in the description, but if you don't have time for it, there's a video that keeps everything together and says how we got here, and that'll also be linked there. Stefi Moto is in Serbia, I believe, and he has the same bike, and he is having the same issues. He just posted a video, this video, that I will link in the description as well.
Nothing was heard, and then the screen started flashing.
Not only have I proven that it's nothing I could have done to this bike, people who are saying, no, it's something I did, they're either not watching the videos or not paying attention or just bots or something, because I just can't believe anyone's got that low of an IQ. But Honda explained to me exactly what they found wrong. It seems to be bad connections. As he said it, they were not connected as well as he would like. And since these are temperature and weather sensitive things, it could make sense that they're connected enough to work, but they're connected poorly enough that cold or humid things can get in there, moisture, and cause an issue. As some of you said, it should be easy if I find it to fix it myself, so why didn't I? And I agree with you. I keep saying I was a mechanic for Yamaha. Here's a cute picture. Why I didn't do it myself is the warranty. In Japan, we get 2 years unlimited kilometers warranty, and if you buy it from a Honda Dream dealership, like I did, you get an extra 1 year from the dealer itself. So I still have about 18 months left on my warranty unless I void it. That's the big one. Because of where some of these wires are and what they connect to, yeah, if I did it, this is grounds to say your warranty is voided. And when he got the bike, it had error codes that back up everything I said in the last video, even with the brakes and everything. And he cleared the error codes, changed it. There's no error codes anymore. There have been so many hands between the factories, the 3 different shops that have gone through the bike. You know, I made a joke when I bought the bike. You don't really need a warranty on a Honda. Boy, how wrong I was. I said when I bought this bike, and it's still true, I'm riding this bike into the ground. If it doesn't break, I don't have a reason to get rid of it. Because even if I decide I hate riding off-road, right after I made that video saying I want to ride this bike forever, and that's why I got a reliable Japanese bike, Michelin launched the Anakee Road, which is essentially a Road 6 made for a 90-10 ADV bike wheel size, and the people who have used it said it's amazing, and this bike essentially turns into a proper sport tourer. So I have no reason to replace this bike ever unless it doesn't work and it's not safe, which has been the current circumstance. I really hope that the bike is fixed now. I've got the bike just how I want it. I think it looks amazing. I mean, look at the Artec video. That stuff's amazing. It looks phenomenal. The way the bike feels, the more narrow rear end, it works so much better off-road, and it still works amazing on-road. It's not compromised in one direction or another, depending what tires you pick. So I'm really, really happy with the bike, if it's working finally. But ideally, that's the end of not only this video, but this entire reliability series. So I hope from here on we're making the videos I actually want to make, doing the content I want to do, taking the bike where I actually want to go. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking around this far.
The next morning.
He said if the issue comes back, and he really doesn't think it will, but if the issues come back, he said it's got to be the speed sensor. And he said, because he's working on 2 other bikes under warranty right now, so Hondas do have problems, not just me, and he cannot believe people think this is my fault. He said it's absolutely something that came out of the factory, but he is very sure he found the wires that were messed up and funny. I don't miss Tokyo traffic all that much. Just set off the traction control right there. the ETC's flashing, so that's not good. Well, that didn't last very long. I'm pretty upset. Son of a gun. Gosh, I really like how my bike looks when it's sparkly and shiny in the rain. So I just got off the phone with him and explained the ETC thing that I showed you. And he said that's actually normal in a lot of new bikes. It's just a Japanese thing because they're squeezing it in where it doesn't go to the global models. I'm going to choose to trust him for now. I have no reason not to. I stopped here to put on a warmer layer because of how breathable this raincoat is. I have all the power, right? So that's the first one. Like, just in rain mode, I have more power than I did in standard. Right? Full brakes, in the cold and the wet, same tires. It wasn't a constant issue before, but it was never this solid. Honda doesn't have to buy back the bike. I will take more than a 60% loss. I got an official number of how much money I'm going to lose if I just give up. It's more than 60%. And that's not possible in Europe, US, and Commons. It's just legally, it's not possible. Again, Japan needs to catch up. The best way I've ever heard it is Japan is not today. Japan is 1 foot in the third world and 1 foot 10 years from now. Like, there's just things like their bullet train. They now have a maglev train that is active that you can ride at 500 kilometers an hour. Do you understand? We're hitting plane speeds on the ground. But Japan, socially, can be very far behind the West. I know people are getting triggers. I just want kids that are born in Japan to be treated like they were born in Japan. And, like, customer protection, this is one of the worst countries I'm aware of outside of a second or third world nation. The legal help I got for customer service was, here's how you can personally push the dealer to do something. And maybe if you do this and this, they'll treat you better. But none of it was legally binding. Because if they can't fix it, there is no such regulation that would make them exchange it. There was never going to be an exchange. Hands down, no question. Look, monkeys, 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 monkeys. Japan still has amazing monkeys who will attack you. Be careful with the monkeys. There's so many monkeys playing in the rain.
2 hours later.
I was making another video because, you know, I've kind of been backlogged for 2 months. I kind of pushed on the brakes pretty hard. But I definitely locked up the rear.
So last night I was riding home. It's after the 2-month repair, and this happened.
Bad news, guys. My ABS light didn't turn off earlier, and now it's just flashing like this. I've never had this happen before. I don't know what's going on, but this is what my ABS is doing now. And he said it might be the ABS, and I guess maybe it is. So there's that.
I also had issues with the blinkers blinking fast. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but that was just turning off and on again.
Why are my blinkers suddenly blinking so fast? Is that a problem?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
So the bike is not fixed. I gave it to them for 2 months for nothing. They said if it's still bad, it's going to be the speed sensor. If I'm being a pessimist, they said it's less than a 2-hour job, and it's not that expensive of a part, even if I paid myself. So why didn't they just do that instead of gambling on me losing brakes yet again? And this time in the rain. So we're going to do the 9th repair attempt. Remind you that if this was a country with lemon loss, the 3rd attempt is when they buy it back. But we talked about a buyback. I'm going to get close to 40% of what I paid, which will be about half of what I owe on the bike if I sell it back to them. There's no legal grounds for a buyback. It's just I resell it to them. So if it doesn't work this time, we have to make a decision. Is the bike safe enough to keep trying to have a million more repairs? Is it worth risking my life when I have a 4-month-old and a 2-year-old at home? If the answer is no, the buyback is so low that I can't really even find used bikes that are worth getting. And that'll be the end of the channel. So I'm not going to post anything about warranties and reliability. At least this time I got to film a good bit of stuff, so you'll see videos coming out. But that does not mean the bike is fixed. That means I thought the bike was fixed, and then this happened. So again, the next warranty video will be, it is finally fixed, or I have lost way too much money waiting for it to get fixed, and the channel's over, and I sell the bike, and I just don't own a motorcycle anymore, and goodbye. Hopefully that's not what happens. I'm honestly a bit depressed about the whole thing. I bought a Honda for reliability. I avoided KTM for that. But KTM would have sold me quality parts. So I got a cheap bike with cheap parts and the most unreliable bike I've ever had.
In 16 years on as many bikes, which most of them have been modified significantly more than this one, I have never had so many issues.
Honda did rule out any possible wrongdoing from me. There's a long form video that I'm not posting until this gets sorted. I don't know. I have to feed my kids. Bye-bye.
And if you're one of those people that keeps complaining about regulations, I hear that back in the States all the time, regulations ruin everything. Well, this is what it looks like when you don't have regulations for customer protection.